And good morning to you. Yeah, I know, it's 7:44. I've been up for over 3 hours and very meditative and contemplative and pondering lots of things this morning. I didn't even go to my 6 o'clock meeting. In any case, um, I decided to not wait for triple digits because sixes and sevens don't have triple digits on a clock. 5 is the last number that I can use for that. The title that I've chosen this morning is Syria, Obama, Crimes Against Humanity, and People Making a Difference. People who are aware of all the drama happening right now realize that things are not the same as they have been for a long time. The U.S. has long had plans to do to Syria what it did to Iraq and Afghanistan. It doesn't matter who is in the White House. They are mere actors hired by super-rich criminals to play the role of corporate prostitutes. If Obama really is the light worker many have claimed, we'll see on Tuesday night when he makes his speech to the nation and the world. Will he tell the truth or simply keep on playing his dark role? If he does the latter, advocating another unlawful attack on a sovereign nation in which more crimes against humanity will be racked up against the terrorist corporation known as the USA, I sincerely hope he gets arrested, given a fair trial in which all facts are revealed, and held accountable for his role. For me, I choose to stand with people around the world who are doing our best to make a difference. Indeed, making a difference is what I hope to do and have hoped to do with all the videos that I put out. I'm not always right, and I want to make that really clear. In 2011, I was introduced to the Republic for the United States of America, the RUSA organization. And my big concern that I had from the very beginning was that they were too fundamentalist in their thinking to be able to accomplish what they hoped to accomplish. Well, actually, they hoped to accomplish creating a Christian republic, which is an oxymoron in and of itself. But I hung in there for going on 2 years, leaving in late October or November last year. So I was there from January 2011 through whatever time it was that I finally resigned last year. I was wrong. I was the Secretary of State of the Florida Republic and met a lot of wonderful, beautiful people. I had communication with many more people across the country. Many of them had the right idea. They were freedom fighters. They were people that wanted to make a difference. I think they were misled. And I think a lot of people that believe that Obama is a light worker are also misled. He has produced absolutely zero evidence of being a light worker in virtually anything that he's done from the beginning of his administration. He has refused to stand up to the corporate criminals. He has refused to tell the truth when he has the bully pulpit, and the mainstream media will have to report what he says. I think they have to. It's newsworthy because of the office that he holds and the role that he plays. But he hasn't done anything to bring any positive change that I can believe in, and certainly not most people of the world can believe in. He not only, I thought no one could be as bad a president as George W. Bush. I was wrong. Obama is worse. And people say he's a light worker. He's advocating the same policies that George Bush advocated in Iraq and Afghanistan, committing war crimes against the people of those sovereign nations. Much truth needs to be uncovered regarding Obama, regarding Syria, regarding everything that's happening in our world. because the mainstream media purposely obscures the truth, purposely distorts things. It's disinformation, misinformation, a little bit of truth mixed with a whole lot of lies. And that's what we're fed. That's the diet that the mainstream media wants us to feed on. Now, it was interesting that yesterday someone, I believe from Europe, I could be wrong, but I believe in Europe, saw on CNN that my video was posted on the CNN webpage. Now, of course, I immediately, when I was told, went to the CNN webpage here in America, and I don't know if there's an international webpage and a US webpage, but I couldn't find hide nor hair of it. So maybe CNN International has a different web page, and I didn't even think to look there. I should have probably Googled that one too, and to see if there's a CNN International web page. I didn't do that, and it's probably been removed anyway. But nevertheless, the mainstream media lies to us. The government lies to us. Corporations lie to us. Our churches lie to us, and our religious institutions tell us lies. Our schools teach lies. As a matter of course, everything in our culture is based on false information. And sifting through all of the information, even on the web, which is relatively free and where you can learn the truth, is not an easy thing. We can get it wrong. Now, several people attacked the ITT or ITCC, International Tribunal against crimes of church and state, headed by Kevin Annett, and claiming that he asks for donations. Well, to me, Kevin Annett is one of the heroes. He has worked hard at his own expense. I was told that, his suitcases are like, falling apart, and he travels the world, and he's not always well dressed, and he asks for donations, but he has tirelessly worked to expose crimes of church and state. And people were linking him, because it was on that web page, the cease and desist order to the media that I read yesterday. It was on his web page and other web pages, at least one other one, Scribd or something like that. I'm not sure what that is. But they were connecting, like he was connected to Swiss Indo, and he's asking for donations. I don't know that he has any connection whatsoever with Swiss Indo. Maybe he does. But if he did, I would think that I would hope that Swiss Indo would back him with some funding. And I really hope that Swiss Indo helps fund setting up courts all over the world to bring government leaders and corporate leaders and media leaders to trial for crimes against humanity, for complicity in crimes against humanity. Because that, to me, is an obvious fact. No disputing it. But what many people do, including some that criticized Kevin Annett and criticized Swiss Indo yesterday in comments on both Facebook and YouTube, they attack Kevin Annett as if he's the problem. They attack his credibility, and they claim to be fact people. That's not fact. The fact is he's uncovered a whole string of evidence and presented it in wherever, in the Hague or wherever he presented it in this tribunal. He presented the evidence, and there were people in high up government places in North America, and it goes on around the world, that are guilty of crimes against humanity. Literal crimes based on common law. But they have no accountability because they are hiding behind corporate veils, and they are hiding behind government unaccountability. Government, I don't even know the word right now. I can't think of it. But they hide behind this veil and escape prosecution for real crimes. The governments of our world and the corporations of our world are the real criminals. The banks of our world, the central banks, are the real criminals. They are the ones that undermine everything that we do to create a better world for humanity. Everything that has been done, all the inventions that have been brought forth have been squashed by these people so that they can keep their oil and pharmaceutical industries going and their damn military industrial complex machine creating weapons of war and mass destruction on a level that's been unprecedented probably in the history of the cosmos, I would imagine. I don't know that because I don't know anything else, but I mean, there's more weapons probably on Earth right now than ever before in our history, and they are more lethal. I mean, it's insane, folks. Are we going to start holding our leaders accountable? Are we going to start supporting people like Swiss Indo and others that are trying to release the world trusts and the funds to the people, away from control of the international bankers and those that are guilty of crimes against humanity? And that has to be brought out and proven. Everyone deserves a fair trial. And a fair trial means a trial in which no evidence is said you can't present that. All evidence is acceptable evidence. All statements of fact, all affidavits are accepted because the objective is to get to the truth. In our current system, the objective is to obscure the truth so that it doesn't come out. Law and truth have no relevance in the court system of the United States and of most other nations of the world that have been operating under the UCC. Now, people have said that Heather is against the Swiss Indo. I don't know that for a fact. I am aware that Dee, whose webpage is removing the shackles, has been against the Swiss Indo from the beginning. Why? I'm not sure. I've listened to her. I listened to an interview that she did was her and Heather and Mel some time ago. It was a month or so ago probably. But she spoke against the Swiss Indo people at that time. I think she's misguided. I think Mr. Sino, and I want to believe, yes, just like I wanted to believe Russa was going to create a real republic in America where people could be treated fairly and where common law and common sense would be restored. It didn't happen that way. Now I'm putting my cards, at least for what I know, into the Swiss Indo thing. Mr. Sino seems to be, from everything that all the information that I've gleaned and gathered, seems to be an honest man, seems to be wanting to do right by the rest of the world. I don't think it's a new world order, an old new world order plot. In other words, to maintain the system of control and human slavery. I don't think it's connected to anything like that. I do believe there are people like Karen Hudas and other bankers and other attorneys and other people around the world that actually are trying to do the right thing. I believe that, and I believe that about Swiss Indo and what I've been able to gather about that. Is it perfect? Probably not. Probably not. I mean, he wants to return. So one of the criticisms that I read was he's only returning $6 million of our value back to the people. And that'll be another video because I'd like to pose the question, what would we do if everybody on Earth got $6 million? But the point that this person was making was, we're worth far more than $6 million. Why should we settle for a $6 million payout when we're worth billions? As Heather said, 5 billion and 5 additional billion if we've been injured. The whole of humanity has been injured. Are we all worth 10 billion people? Truth of the matter is, we're all worth an infinite amount of value. We all have infinite potential, infinite possibilities, infinite creative powers if we will but get out of this system of slavery and bondage and ignorance, where ignorance is taught as a religion almost by the mainstream media and by the institutions of our world. They want to keep people in ignorance so that they can maintain their illusion of control. Like they are the hot shots that have the right to crush people with a combat boot on every face, as in 1984. Folks, let's watch what Obama does in this Syria thing. There's people that are trying to start World War III. I don't think they're going to be able to, but I don't know. I don't know. I would hope that enough people can come to their senses. And I would hope that if Obama is a light worker, if he's a guy that's supposed to be a starseed of some kind, I hope he has the courage and the protection of extraterrestrials to be able to stand up on Tuesday night and tell the truth instead of his pre-written script that he's given by those that are in the Council on Foreign Relations and all of the other three-letter world agencies that have tried to control the world through the Rothschilds and the Rockefellers and all of these criminal people that seem like criminals to me, even though they've awakened us. They're playing a criminal role, and Obama seems to be playing the same criminal role that George Bush played before him, and that virtually all of the presidents since Kennedy have played. Well, I don't even want to go there. Forgive me. But anyway, I'm looking for real change in the world. I think we're at a place where we've reached the 100th monkey level. We've reached critical mass. And I really see the human family waking up, and I see steps being taken by Swiss Indo and others that will remedy the situation and help us get on track to properly informing people what the real truth is. None of this attacking the messenger and saying, well, Kevin Annett is a fraud. I mean, I don't buy that. I don't buy that about any whistleblower or truth teller that exposes things that we need to know. I hold them up in high esteem as heroes, as I do to everyone, known and unknown, who are working for the freedom and justice and peace and prosperity for every man, woman, boy, girl, every entity on this planet, so that we can heal not only humanity, but that we can heal the planet itself, so that we can become connected once again to our galactic and transgalactic brothers and sisters that may be ETs or may have different bodies. Folks, I'm really looking for positive change, and I see things happening, and I encourage you to keep looking within and up, because our liberation, to me, seems to be at hand. It's not ever been here before in my lifetime to the extent that it is right now. And I want to encourage you with that, and I thank you once again for listening. Namaste.